So I'm currently spending some time in Tokyo, just east of the Shinjuku station. And I wanted to just share a few things in regards to the food scene here in Tokyo. For anybody who has a trip planned to Japan or anybody who is thinking about planning a trip, I just wanted to share a couple things. When I was originally planning my trip, of course, I went down all the rabbit holes trying to figure out where I wanted to eat, wanted to make sure that I got to all the places. Didn't want to leave Tokyo without having eaten all the things that I've seen online. When I got here, I realized that wasn't the best game plan. What ended up happening was you take a look around and you realize how far a lot of those places are. You get caught up in other people's trips, and at the end of the day, you're probably passing tons of places that are maybe even better than the places that you're going after. And no, I'm not saying don't do your research and don't find a few places that you want to go check out. But what I am saying is just be open-minded and remember that you're probably not even going to find a bunch of the places that you're going to walk by on Google Maps or Apple Maps. As I found out the hard way, our GPS on our phones isn't necessarily our friend here in Tokyo. It's very busy, it can be very clustered, you can be between buildings, and I've literally watched my location change in front of me by blocks without me even moving an inch. So what was really important to me was to be able to explore. I wanted to walk around and find out where the places were, and occasionally I would actually be on my way to, let's say, some amazing ramen shop that I heard reviews of and wanted to check out. And then I end up walking by 15 other ramen places. There is no shortage of food here in Tokyo. You literally can look any direction and see almost anything that you want within a couple blocks, if not a 5 or 10 minute walk. So if you have your heart set on too many places, chances are you're going to spend a lot of time on subways and in subway stations making your way to all these different places when you could just be wandering, exploring, and trying all the little hole-in-the-wall places that might not have made it onto Instagram yet. I consider myself to be a pretty good wanderer and finder of some decent food. And that said, when I originally was looking around at different places that I had seen online, I realized how much time I was going to be spending zigzagging my way through places and probably spending a lot more time finding the food than I could be exploring the rest of the city. I also mentioned before Google Maps and Apple Maps. Don't trust it. There is no Yelp like we have in America here. There is, but it's not really trustworthy. They do have an app called Tabelog, I don't know, pronounce it different ways, especially with accents. But chances are when you're bouncing through those apps, whether it be Apple Maps, Google Maps, whatever you use, is that oftentimes you're not even gonna see the restaurants that actually exist. I've walked down a street that said that it had 2 restaurants and I counted 10 restaurants. So again, you're not going to know unless you actually explore, and you're not going to know how good things are unless you actually try.